Fabulous. Okay, so we are behind schedule, so I'm going to do my best to not make this go too much over time, but I am going to share my screen right now. And I'm going to show you the training slides because some of the stuff that we went over with the build coaches, we have not gone over.
Yep. Okay.
So
continue.
Thank you. So I am sharing the slideshow right now. So what we're going to go over first is the WhatsApp chat. So this is what we're going to be using to communicate throughout the entire camp. People post questions on here, people answer questions on here, and it's just a very good idea to be in this chat. So if you are not in this chat, please join it. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. That's the social coach one. And the naming convention for Zoom is that we have our first name, our last initial, and then A or J for adult or junior, and then coach, which is C, and then your breakout room. So if I rename myself right now, instead of Sadine Mardirosian, I would be Sadine M. Let's say I was a social coach, I would say SJC for social junior coach, and then breakout room 9. So I would just put the letter 9 or the number 9, and you can see right there how I did that. And a lot of people have theirs done, so you can look at theirs as well. The schedule is right here. We have the links on the schedule, and please, if you have not registered for the Zoom sessions throughout the week, please register for them so that Dr. Mimi has enough time to approve your registration so you can join them. And I believe that this has already been said, but there are 2 available times for staff meetings. That's 8:30 to 9 in the morning and 5:30 to 6 in the evening. So you have to attend one of those per day, but the one that you attend doesn't matter. We have a orientation schedule right here, which is not going to be, it's all going to be instructor led, except for the breakout groups that are going to happen tomorrow. So in the breakout groups, you'll have a chance to meet your campers and talk to your coaches if they're not here now, and just get to meet everyone and do introductions. And we'll be talking about a Flipgrid video, so you don't need to worry about that yet. And I'm sure you're all familiar with the schedule here. Everything has live links. So if the schedule that you're looking at has live links, don't share it with the campers because they shouldn't have access to those links. But if it has live links, it means that you're able to click on whatever you need to click on, and you have the slideshow for that particular activity there. So anything that you need help on, just click on it on the schedule, and you have a bunch of resources here. So speaking of resources, please make sure to get familiar with your Qualcomm notebook and the answer key version of it. So the answer key one I shared in the chat earlier, but I don't know if I have it over here.
Look under the Tech Trek build or under the resources.
It's in the training folder right here. Okay, here we are. The Wearable Tech Notebook, the coach version. So this just has the entire notebook with labels for what's going to be taught by the social coaches, what are going to be taught by the build coaches, and answer keys for everything. So this is going to come in very handy, and please get familiar with it. There are a lot of activities on SIVs, which are strengths, interests, and values. So when you're going through the notebook, make sure to try to understand, okay, what are my strengths, interests, and values? What do I really enjoy doing? What are the applications of those things within my own life? So it's very valuable for you to know that about yourself so you can teach it effectively. And again, you don't need to memorize anything. It's really just getting familiar with the activities. Another thing about the schedule though, is we need to make sure to stick with the timing that's on the schedule. There is a 5-minute, there are 5-minute blocks on the schedule. And although we may not necessarily be able to stick to those 5-minute blocks, we do need to be able to stick to it in general, because we don't want to fall behind and we don't want to go too far ahead. Because if we go too far ahead, then your campers will not be able to get a full grasp of everything necessary. And if we're too slow, then they won't be able to cover everything that's necessary. So you, as the social coach, you're going to be timing the build coaches and making sure that everyone's on schedule.
That's right. You're going to be pacing. You are the pacer. You're the one that's going to be trying to keep us on track. And we may find that, like for instance, this past camp on Monday afternoon, we were getting a bunch of campers were coming in and they were already doing their LED activity. And that's way too fast. We should not even be close to worrying about the LED activity or hooking anything up to a wire until Tuesday. They can be coming in and saying, I can't download my software. That's fine. We can work through those issues on Monday afternoon, or not Monday afternoon, but late Monday morning. But for the most part, they shouldn't be into trying to hook up circuits and do anything until Tuesday morning. So just make sure that you're pacing yourself in accordance to the schedule as best you can. If you find that you get behind, we'll talk about it in the staff meetings, and then we'll try and make up some time or do what we need to do to adapt the next day. So far, we've done this, 3 camps total since last year, and we've always successfully been able to get to the Monday to Friday, and the majority of campers, the large majority of campers, complete the activity and everything works great. So we worry about nothing, but continue, Serene.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for adding that. Everything has been fine from the past camps. And so even though we've had to make adjustments, something doesn't fit in one day, we have to fit it in another day, it's worked completely fine. So you don't have to worry about it too much, just do your best to stick to it. Another thing is the social coaches are the Google Drive managers. So we've talked about this a little bit earlier, but the Google Drive manager, Alexis, will be contacting you, whoever signed up for it, on the little slideshow here. Alexis will be contacting you and sending you the folder for your campers.
Giving you
Yes.
edit access, I think.
Yes.
So,
Doreen, just a comment. You're fading in and out a little bit. It sounds your voice sounds a little wobbly, and I don't know if it's your microphone or.
okay. Let me turn off my camera and see if that helps.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully that helps, and I don't need my screen sharing on.
No, it doesn't really change it much.
Oh, it doesn't?
Keep talking.
Is it a little bit better now?
It's a little bit better. You think it's a bandwidth issue?
I'm not sure whether it would be a bandwidth issue or whether it's just a mic issue. I had this happen one time before, a couple months ago. Do you want me to leave the meeting and come back?
You can try it. Try to go out and come back and see
Okay,
what
I'll be
happens.
right back then.
So when Carol asked, when do we need to have the sign up sheet completed? You should probably finish it at least tomorrow, as Alexis said, during orientation, prior to orientation. Send a note out to your co-coaches and say, here's what we signed up for. Share the link to that file with everybody and say, here's what we signed up for. Who else wants to sign up for whatever? Now,
Yeah, and sorry, I just want to add really quickly, the important thing about getting the sign up sheet completed for the coach roles is because I need to be sharing the team folders, which has a lot of good resources for the campers and coaches throughout the week with the Google Drive managers, whoever it may be. So, and I'm going to be sharing those folders tonight or tomorrow night as soon as everyone gets their Google Drive managers decided.
Okay. Any other questions from any of the new social coaches or people that took on the social coach role that had a build coach role before, or I know she is gonna, we also have another, under the resources, there is a daily schedule. So there's a daily set of folders. Each day, there's a folder for each day. And within that are the resources for that day. And hopefully Serene's gonna talk to that a little bit more now that she's coming back. So let's see.
Can you hear me better now or not really?
I don't know, it sounds okay to me now. Let's see how it, if it keeps working fine.
Okay, fingers crossed. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was talking about the Google Drive managers. So Alexis will get in contact with you about that. And basically through Google Drive managers, make sure that everyone has completed their attendance form and that you share documents in chat, anything that the campers may need. And you manage the team folder, which includes media taking screenshots of memorable moments so that we can create a slideshow at the end of the week with those things, and also for the social media pages. And the daily challenges are extra, so they are not necessarily something that has to happen, but something that it would be nice if they did. Things like wearing the Tech Trek t-shirt on a certain day, and the Qualcomm t-shirt on another day. And if someone can put the daily challenges in chat, that would also be.
Alexis, can you share those slides?
Yeah, I'll share it because actually it's not just one slides. Every breakout room has their own copy.
Oh,
so I'm just going to be sharing my screen just to show you what it looks like. Okay.
Great.
So these are the camp challenges. Serena, if you want to keep talking about these.
These are just the camp challenges. So if you go to the next slide, you can see a little mini roadmap of the different challenges. And on the different slides, you can just go through them quickly. There are basically just different challenges, the Flipgrid videos, which we'll talk about tomorrow, the sustainable goal and the name of your group, the team photo, wearing the t-shirts, making sure that everyone has their name convention down, and the Qualcomm t-shirts for the presentations. So all pretty easy things just to get everyone involved and engaged. And speaking of involved and engaged, that's something that we really need to focus on, because the last thing we want are coaches that are not on camera, who are disengaged. And it doesn't make it easy for the girls to have fun if we also don't look like we're having fun. So we definitely, Sophia just asked if we need to alert the campers the day before challenge. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they'll get reminders, but the reminders, now that we have the email back up, I guess I could do something at the end of each day. But basically in the morning, they'll get reminded about the challenge that are coming up for the next couple of days. I think at least 1 or 2 days. They will, you should definitely remind them about what we need to get done. But I think the engagement and you being engaged is really important. And I really, it bums me out when I get feedback after a camp where I hear somebody tells me that the coaches didn't facilitate anything. And that really disappoints me. And, I find it hard to believe, but at the same time, there is the possibility that, you end up with a room full of very quiet, introverted coaches, and that's a real possibility. So somebody at that point is going to have to take a risk and get outside their comfort zone and take charge in terms of getting things done in the room. And I guarantee at the end of the time, you will feel more comfortable that you gave them a positive experience. And that's
Absolutely.
really the important part.
Because every girl is different. So you're going to have some people that are really extroverted, some people that are more introverted. And we need to be able to engage everyone or try our best to engage everyone without pressuring them. So encourage people to speak up, encourage people to interact with the other girls in their group, start conversations, ask them about themselves, but don't make them, don't force them to, because that can become, it just doesn't feel good when
And
someone's
share about yourself. So if you're asking them a question about something, you say something like, well, when I did this, this is what I did. And so you need to share some information so that they can get to know you too. So it's going to be, and we'll give this kickoff speech again to the coaches on Monday morning before we get started. We will give them this rah-rah speech again in terms of stepping up and being a voice. There's things that you're going to have to take risks on, even when you don't feel comfortable. And that it is true that women and girls feel like they have to know 90% of whatever it is that they're doing before they have a level of confidence of being able to do it, where guys only need the 35%. Oh, I know 3 out of the 10 things that are needed. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll be great at it. Girls don't have that same level of confidence. So we need to fake it till we make it sometimes. And that's going to really be what is going to be important. And it's not, maybe it's something that comes with adulthood, but yes, we will do the rah-rah speech.